Workplace Safety, Managing Chemical and Noise Hazards with OSHA. Introduction. Safety at work is the priority in any organization. The control of chemical and noise dangers is essential for safeguarding the health and welfare of workers. This essay will focus on the operation of a manufacturing facility and discuss how the passage of the Occupational Safety and Health Act, OSHA, in 1970 has revolutionized the evaluation and control of health hazards in such environments. OSHA importance. An important turning point in the history of workplace safety was the Occupational Safety and Health Act of 1970, which ushered in a new age of worker protection from occupational risks. According to McPhaul, several occupational diseases and injuries were caused by workplace health dangers that were frequently disregarded or underappreciated. OSHA, which presently establishes and enforces safety rules in workplaces, was required to be established under this act. This act greatly improved how chemical risks and noise exposures were assessed and regulated in the context of the production site. Steps for hazard assessment. There are various stages that must be followed in order to complete a hazard assessment at the manufacturing facility. It is crucial to first recognize the precise chemical and noise dangers that are present. Solvents, acids, and volatile organic compounds are examples of common chemicals, whereas machinery or equipment might provide noise risks. One may figure out which chemicals are being utilized and what noise levels are present by using OSHA's example hazard assessment. PELs and TLVs and risk evaluation. Tools for assessing environmental hazards include OSHA's permissible exposure limits, PELs, and the threshold limit values, TLVs, of the American Conference of Governmental Industrial Hygienists, ACGIH. TLVs are recommendations given by ACGIH, whereas PELs are legally enforceable limits imposed by OSHA. Some organizations may decide to adopt TLVs voluntarily to offer a greater degree of protection since they frequently represent the most recent research. It's crucial to keep in mind that PELs are legally binding, assuring compliance and safety while choosing which limit to utilize. Use of PPE and other control methods. Combinations of procedures are needed to control chemical and noise dangers. Personal protective equipment, PPE, such as gloves, breathing protection, and hearing protection is crucial. Engineering controls are more efficient at removing or decreasing risks at the source, such as isolating loud machinery or putting in ventilation systems. In order to make sure that employees are aware of the dangers and safety precautions in place, administrative controls, such as employee training and hazard communication, are equally important. Evaluation of employee exposures. The example of noise will be used to assess employee exposure to a particular risk. A trustworthy sampling technique would entail tracking individual exposure levels with noise dosimeters worn by employees during their shifts. Both short-term peak noise levels and a time-weighted average throughout a full shift are routinely evaluated. To ascertain compliance, these measures would next be put up against the OSHA PELs and ACGIH TLVs. If there are chemical dangers present, air sampling using badges or pumps can be used to gather area samples of gases or vapors, or individual samples if worker exposure varies. Industrial hygiene management practices. A few crucial procedures should be used for efficient industrial hygiene management. It is essential to conduct regular workplace inspections, offer thorough training programs, and update safety procedures often. The health of employees is tracked throughout time by health surveillance, medical examinations, and record keeping. It is important to keep lines of communication open between employees, managers, and the industrial hygiene team in order to quickly resolve any issues. Conclusion. The Occupational Safety and Health Act's enactment in 1970 marked a turning point in the history of workplace safety by transforming the assessment and management of health hazards across a range of sectors. Chemical and noise threats in the production plant need to be carefully evaluated and controlled. It is crucial to comprehend the relevance of OSHA PELs and ACGIH TLVs, apply PPE and other control measures properly, and perform frequent evaluations of employee exposure to risks to make the workplace safer.